being single is not actually sin. Absolutely not. It is just a season in your life. It is not sin. And so if someone is still single, there is no need for somebody to look at that person and, say things that ought not to be said, because that is the season in someone's life. And time will come when you will get out of that season and you'll be married. And so when you're still single, you are not sinning. Actually, in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, Paul talks about the marrieds and talks about the singles. I think the other time we talked about it, that Paul was wishing that people would remain single like he was, because he saw that being single had less problems than being married. And so if you're single, I want to encourage you, don't feel like, you are committing a crime, like there's a problem. No, there is no problem in being single. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 19, from verse 12, he said there are people who are made eunuchs, they are born eunuchs, and there are people who are made eunuchs. Like if you go to the kingdoms of in the ancient time, there were eunuchs that served in the king's palace. Why were they eunuchs? So that they don't have to fall in love with the king's concubines and wives. So they were made eunuchs by the king. But there are people that are born eunuchs, meaning they don't have feelings for getting married. So it is not a sin for someone to choose not to get married. And then there are people who just choose to be eunuchs. They choose to be single. That if you want to understand this, just read Matthew chapter 19, verse 12. Jesus was explaining to the disciples when, the Pharisees came testing him about marriage. And he was explaining to them. And so don't feel like there's a problem with you. There is no problem with you. If you are single, there is no problem with you. If you don't feel like getting married, there is no problem with you. Maybe you're one of the people that Jesus is talking about in Matthew chapter 19, verse 12, going forth. Oh, it is just a season. At the right time, the right person will come. Actually, Miles Monroe once said that your marriage is as good as your singleness. When you spend, quality time, think as a single person, if you build yourself up as a single person, you are going to have a good marriage. But if you rush into marriage before analyzing who you are most likely to have a problem. Being single is not a problem. Being single is not sin. Being single is not a crime. And so don't let anyone put pressure on you to get married. Get married when it is the right time. Wait on the timing of God. Not everybody is going to get married in their 20s. I know of a lady that got married in her 50s, and she's the happiest woman ever. And I've also known people who have gotten married in their 20s and they are sad and miserable. And so my encouragement to all the singles that are going to listen to me, don't rush. Don't let anybody push you into marriage. Don't get married because people are getting married. Get married because you are ready, because it is the right time for you. Especially if you are a Christian, you believe in Jesus, you're born again, you know who God is, there is no need to rush. I assure you, there is a right person for you somewhere. You just need to wait. You just need to wait. And at the right time, that person is going to show up. So, meanwhile, as you're waiting, give your heart fully to God. Let God reign in your heart. Let God be the center of your life. I assure you, He's not going to let you down. God has never let anybody down. At the right time, the right person is going to come. Guys, may God bless you as you listen to this teaching, and please subscribe. And make a comment. Leave some comment in there. I want to hear what you have to say. What you say might encourage somebody else. And if you don't agree with something, you're free to make a comment in there. God bless you.